What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pen to Gas podcast. And let me tell you guys something. It's an absolute honor to be sitting here with my friend Ty Bengford today. What is going on, Ty?
Oh, I'm just podcasting with the best right now. So
It's an
love it.
honor.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. I
absolute
appreciate
honor,
you.
dude. For real. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the love and support. But I seen a photo of you earlier playing golf. Was that the other day?
Yeah, so it's recent. It's a recent pickup for me. My father-in-law asked me if I wanted to golf after our wedding, and I was like, I'm not going to go golf and use somebody else's club, so I went and bought like a starter set, and now I've been hooked. You hit one good shot, and it's
over.
like you're stuck doing it, and I love it. It for me. I like it for the racing part too, because you golf and you have to focus for 4 hours. Like once you lose that focus, like the score climbs big time. So I love
It
it.
is. It's a very mental game. It's probably the most mental game of
Mm-hmm.
sports there is when it comes to
Yep.
golf. Man, do I hit golf clubs? I do have a set, and I do like to play around every once in a while, man. I'm really good at Tiger Woods on the PlayStation, so yeah, I challenge anybody on that. But in real life, you're right. Yeah, dude, we'll do it. We'll absolutely do it. But real life, man, it's just dude, golf takes something that out of the thousands of shot I took, it's rare that I actually hit one where I really wanted to go straight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's all feet work, hit movement. It's definitely different than most of the sports I've ever played, for sure.
It's a sequence, your hands, your wrists, every single little thing matters, and ball placement. I love it though. Like there's always something that you learn about it. And I love that part.
Me too, brother, man. Me too. And listen, we got our buddy Trevor Watson said secret is not to eat a hot dog at the turn. The nitrates will mess you up on the back nine.
That is true. I typically don't eat when I'm golfing, just drink water. But I think that's the truth. Honestly, I tried a brat and man, it added 20 strokes to my score.
That's good. But man, a good brat's a good brat though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I love brats, man. You get me talking about food. We could be here for 3 hours,
Yeah, well, we'll definitely get into some food later because
love it.
Absolutely. But yeah, so listen, let me ask you this, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
How did your journey in motorcycles to begin for you?
So it's not typical. My parents didn't want me to have motorcycles, so I didn't start till late. But our next door neighbor had dirt bikes, so we'd occasionally go to Rampart Range in Colorado and do some trail riding with them and on their bikes. And we borrowed gear. One year we got like some dirt bike gear from them for Christmas, and might have been for my mom. I don't remember at this point, but we would do some trail riding. And so, like I wasn't too experienced with it, but it was just a good time outside with your friends and family. So we go camp, and I didn't really get on a bike until I joined the military again. And, I bought a 08 R6S.
The Raven.
It wasn't even a Raven. It was like bone base model. It was kind of junked. It was a clapper for sure. And I really liked it, but honestly, the reason I got into bikes is so I did a bunch of autocross stuff and car stuff. And I got into bikes because I'm like, oh, it's half the tires, it's cheaper. And now I'm doing it. Now I see it's not much cheaper. You're just the bike is worth more than some of the cars you autocross. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I did my first track day at Barber, like, I don't know, 2014 or so. I did one track day that year, and then I went to Korea. So like there's a three-year gap before I did track days again, and I met my buddy Rich from Apex Assassins. I'm wearing his shirt. I've been there since they started, but he got me into the track riding like heavily and started racing with them, and it's just game over from there.
It's all downhill, right? Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
It's funny because I get asked, do I get paid? Absolutely not. I don't get paid to podcast. I'm just like you guys out there racing. I pay to podcast, right? One day, hopefully that'll change for everybody, right?
Yep. Hopefully you get you get your foot in there, and eventually, it starts steamrolling. It's like a snowball going down the hill. It gets bigger, bigger.
That's right. Absolutely. And so did you ride on the street at all, or did you just get
Yeah. I mean, I did the typical, squid things. You go to the little meets and, but like in Mississippi, there's not a whole lot of, you know, meets. You just kind of go to Sonic and hang out for a little bit, and then you go rip down the highway at the speed limit, and then that's how that goes. And I did a track day because I watched I can't remember if it's Faster or Fastest, with Valentino Rossi, and I was like, man, that'd be so cool to drag my knee. And I went to Cycle Gear and bought a built suit, $200 and
right?
some gloves, and yeah. I mean, kind of a crappy story. I did my first track day, and we were going to Chipotle afterwards. Like it was crazy. It rained. It was like such a good day. Yeah, I got to ride in the rain. I did all this cool stuff at the track day, and then our truck got broken into, and they stole all my gear. So that was kind of the reason I couldn't do track days anymore. So there's a long gap there while I had to recoup my gear and stuff. But yeah, just I loved it from the beginning, man. I just I love Valentino Rossi. He's the GOAT.
Absolutely the GOAT. As you know, I named my son Hayden Rossi after Nicky Hayden Valentino.
Yep.
And at first I said, I want to name him Valentino Rossi. My wife said, no, absolutely not. Yeah, not gonna happen, right? So
yeah,
I was like, well, I'll just take Nikki's last name and Rossi, Hayden Rossi, Simcoe.
Yeah,
She's like, perfect. Well, we can do that, right? Funny story though. Me and Rossi Moore's dad, Steve, big shout out to Rossi Moore and Steve. He's got a similar story on how he named Rossi too. When we had a phone conversation, it was like, it was absolutely insane. I was like, dude, that's crazy, right? But listen, dude, we got Joshua Fisher in the house. What is up?
Oh,
he says,
my boy Josh.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Dude, yeah. So I've never met him. Hopefully, I'll be able to meet you, Joshua. I'll be in a road Atlanta, not this coming up weekend, not next weekend because I'll be in Austin for Texas for the MotoGP race. But the weekend after that,
Is that next weekend already?
Yeah, man.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I can't wait to go too, man.
You're flying by.
Good. I know, dude. Dude, bro. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell me. And then I got my dude. Listen, we got a good buddy of mine, Ray Hindy, all the way from South Africa. He says Chris got his SBK starter set. I do, brother, man. I do. You already know. And then listen, what's up? Craig O'Harris from the UK. He's a good mate of mine too. He says, last time I went golfing, it was 1 week after dislocating my shoulder racing at Anglesey. I made it to the 5th tee and just opened the liter bottle of spice rum and hid my golf bag.
I think you have to after that. Yeah. Hopefully not after every swing, your arm's coming out of the socket,
Right. That's good stuff. And then, of course, listen, we got my buddy Dustin Cornier up in the house. He says, good luck this season, Ty. Show off your helmet with the bombs.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing this cool thing. I did it last year when I raced Laguna. So on my helmet, I'm super big World War II nerd. And there's a cool series that just came out, Masters
of the Air. It's absolutely amazing. It's so good.
It is. I love it. And if you like Band of Brothers, you like Masters of the Air. But like the cool thing is they have to do 25 missions to come back home, right? To complete their tour of duty in World War II. So I was like, I love the World War II thing. I have a World War II themed helmet, like looks like a P-47 Thunderbolt. That's the paint job it's got.
Where's it at?
Like, man, oh, here, I'll grab it. Hold on. I gotta grab my stuff here.
Yeah, go grab it.
It's back here. It's up on the wall here. It's one I don't ride with anymore because I don't want to crash in it. But my KYT will have the same theme here. But
oh, that's sick.
So the way I did it is I was like, all right, I'll just sell a spot. For people like, they're not going to give me $1,000 and I totally get it. I'm not going to ask for that. But like people that want to help, but they just, if they have $100, like I'm selling them for $100 a piece, selling 25 of them across the helmets to signify the 25 missions that you had to do to come back home in World War II. And I figured that was just a cool, unique way to sell helmet spots instead of like, oh, here's your company, which is totally fine. But, I just wanted to do something unique, and I thought that was a cool way to do it. So anyway, like you get your name on it, and yeah,
dude, that's cool. Awesome.
couple people put like I got your six, like the suicide veteran suicide stuff.
Yep.
One girl put some boobs right there. So, you could put whatever you want.
I love it,
but
dude.
it ended up being just a cool way for people to support me, and I super appreciate it. I can't even, like, they're helping me out, more than I can thank.
Well, good. So listen, everybody you're listening right now, dude, get in touch with Ty and sign up, man. I mean, $25, $100. Dude,
Yep.
I'm in, Ty.
Get your name on the helmet.
I want my name on the helmet, dude, for sure. You just let me know. We'll take care of all that later.
Sounds good, brother.
Dude, absolutely. You guys go and support Ty.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely amazing. And I love to see that, man, because a lot of my UK mates out there, they always have a club, right? Like a Club 45, club, whatever their number is, which is great, man. I think it's such an ingenious idea because it gets people more involved in the sport, for one, right?
For sure.
You're actually part of something and part of a team. So that's going to make you want to get the Moto America app and watch every race, right? And send out messages. Yeah, because you're part of something.
You're like, I'm on that guy's helmet. And that's such a cool thing to me. And I just want to bring people with me, and it's a lot of people sell shirts. We were talking about the shirts and the hats and stuff. That's kind of my way of like, all right, I want to represent the people that support me. So that's kind of a cool idea. I was just laying in bed and, I sent it to my father-in-law and he's like, that's badass. I'll buy one.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's great. So how many slots do you typically have available, or how many do you to try to fill up?
So I do 25 for the whole season, 25 slots. I think I have 11 left. But
10.
Yeah,
he's got 10 left.
I got 10 left.
He's got 10 left. So
yes, sir.
There you guys heard it. So yeah, dude, that's so awesome, dude. Yes, absolutely. So listen, for me, everybody will never forget the first time you drug a knee, right? It was like
100%.
Dude, the first time hooking up with a chick, dude, it was like the greatest thing in the world. Just to be honest, it is. It's like the greatest. Like,
it's so cool.
It's like the first time you put on a leather suit, you're like, dude, I feel like Superman. Now I know what Superman feels like when he puts the suit on, right?
Absolutely.
You kind of feel invincible, right?
Yep.
And
oh yeah.
It's so what was it like when you first drug your knee for the first time?
So at my first track day, I drug my knee. Honestly, my story would be so different if I didn't touch my knee down at the first track day. I'd have been like, it's kind of fun, but it's really expensive, but you touch your knee down the first time, it's magical. So I was at Barber with Sport Bike Track Time, and I wish I knew her name, but she was a kind of an older lady, one of the instructors. And so I was riding around, and for me, like coming from the car world, I was like, how's my line? Is my line good? And she's like, yeah, your line is totally fine. But you need to move that big ass of yours. And I was like, okay. She's like, get your ass off the seat. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. I'm just trying to drag my knee. And she's like, you're going to crash before you drag your knee. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll move my butt. So I moved my butt, and like literally the first, like I say flyer lap that I did.
Yeah.
And I moved my butt, I drug my knee, and I was like, oh, this is sick. She was totally right. So then it was like this quest, like that was on my right side. So turn, I think it's 2, the long right at Barber. That's where I did my first knee drag. And then it was a quest, like I have to do it on my left side now. And I could never do it. I had to do like 3 track days before I could get on my left knee. So it was
awesome. It is. So listen, I've drugged my elbow. Okay, everybody. Yes, I've drugged my elbow, but it's not like what you think. When I do, it's usually my shoulder and then my hip and then my back goes. Yeah, and all that goes with it. It's something that one day I will. Right. I don't care if it's on a Grom. One day I will. But I'll never forget the first time I drug my knee on the track, of course. But when I started doing it on the street, I was like, this is absolutely, I feel like the Isle of Man TT right now. This is absolutely amazing, right? And then you realize, you look back now, I'm like, I'm glad I'm here because I did some dumb shit on the street for sure.
Because there's times on the track when you lose the front a little bit and you're like, whoa, I don't even feel like I'm leaned over right now. So you do that on the street and you lose the front a little bit, like there's guardrails and other cars. And
not good.
It is not good. That's why I advocate for the track so much. It's such a safe place to crash. Ultimately,
I love it.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it at the track.
That's a fact. 110%.
Yeah.
Or a kart track. Either one you want to go to. Yeah. It's still, I find myself, I have a whole lot of fun on the small bikes. I mean, they're just absolutely a riot.
Yep. I had no Valley. I sold it, but that was partially to fund this season.
Yeah.
Man, that's like some of the most fun you have on a motorcycle. I can't even put it into words. You're just ripping around, you can drag your elbow and you're going to crash at 10 miles an hour. Worst case, you know what I mean? Like your elbow touches down, then you fall over a little bit,
Yeah.
So it's a great time. I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. And listen, we got Tate up in the house, dude.
Oh,
64
Tate,
degrees.
64
he says,
degrees.
Hey, yes, sir. That's awesome. And dude, Joshua says, let's go. The shout out. Listen, Joshua, absolutely, man. It's an honor to have you here. It really is, and I mean that. And Ray Hindy, no, we are not at Austin right now. I'm actually leaving. I'll fly out not tomorrow, Wednesday, but next Wednesday I fly out to Austin, which is going to be. Yeah, I can't wait. I got
jealous,
my pit
man.
pass, dude. Yes, it's gonna be proper. And then Craigo says UK's only flying Lancaster bomber base 6 mile up road from me. I love the summer seeing the Lancaster Spitfire and Hurricanes flying out of our local air base. Yeah, so cool. Some guys I met out there. Big shout out to Malcolm and Paul. Paul and his wife. I met them at Peter Hickman's motorcycle shop during a bike night they had.
Yep.
And they take pictures like at the track. They have their own Facebook thing. They do nature, but they also go to the base down there and take pictures of the fighters and all the planes. And they actually took me by there when they were flying, and it was absolutely amazing. Because you're literally like, there's no way you're getting that close to a base here in America like that. Absolutely not.
Right.
Like I'm literally at the fence, and the runway is probably 25 yards, 20 yards away from me. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, it was good. Absolutely a good time, man. It was. Ray,
for me, I see that stuff every day. So I'm an air traffic controller. I work at the airport, so I get to see that stuff every day. Not like cool World War II planes. I do see them every once in a while, but my juices get flowing when I see like a P-51 taking off. I love it, man. I always take video of it. So cool.
It is, love dude. It. Listen. So my story. I grew up in the military. My dad was a fighter pilot. So tell us your history in the military.
So I joined in 2011 to be a controller, and I'm still a controller. But I'm in the FAA now. I'm not military anymore. But I enjoyed my time. I went to I started in Mississippi. I went to Korea, and then came back to Nellis, so in Las Vegas, and now I'm in California. So I had to pick California because it's close to all the racing. So.
That's right. But absolutely. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was pretty much done. I enjoyed my time. I'm happy I'm out because I have a lot more freedom now, but I learned a lot, just growing up being a man. So
that's a fact.
You do learn a lot when you're kind of put in those positions.
So tell us about Korea, man. I've never been to Korea. I assume they have good food.
Great food. They have my favorite restaurant there it's called Chur Michur. It's the best way I could describe it, it's like their prime dish is like a fettuccine alfredo with like fried chicken on it. It was so good. And obviously the Korean barbecue is good too, but man, I think about that place often. At least once a month I'm like, dang, I could go for some churches right now.
I wish I could Grubhub them.
I just a little DoorDash action, great food. The country is awesome. Like the people there are really cool. And the thing that's weird for me is their architecture, right? So like you'll have a downtown building. The bottom floor will be like a convenience store. The second floor is like an eye doctor, right? Then the third floor is a club. And the fourth floor is a restaurant, so like none of it has to do with each other. But it's kind of cool, you never know what you're going to see. So
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. That's kind of a crazy flooring, right? You go get you some glasses fitted, then hit the club, and then go get you something to eat, right?
You could see what's going on at the club, and then you get hungry, so you just go on down.
So you was in the military. Did you do 4 years or?
I did 8. So 7.5. Yeah. Okay. So nice. I extended to go to Nellis, and then I was telling this story the other day. Like, this doesn't come up often, so I don't often tell it, but I was sitting in the reenlistment briefing when I got the email that I was picked up for the FAA. I was like, I was about to reenlist. I am not even joking you. 2 hours from that moment, I would have already signed my paperwork in the Air Force again to do another 4. But yeah, luck would have it that I got my email to be a civilian controller, and I have the claim of world's fastest air traffic controller. Like, me and my buddy Dave, he's a controller in NorCal, and so we've raced for it. So I can say that, so it's if any other controllers want to race me, I'm all for it.
I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah, so that's actually live at the track, or we can hit it up on Xbox or PlayStation. Ride 5
Yeah, well,
however you want it, you can bring it, right?
Yeah, you got it. I'll do sim racing. I'll do MotoGP. I'll do whatever.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So that's one thing I've never done is sim racing.
It's
so
fun.
I assume you got the whole steering wheel.
Yeah, so I got it right there.
Nice.
So, and I use I just started with like a VR thing. So you put the VR headset on and do it. It's I thought I'd be motion sick. I'm really prone to that. But it's not bad really. You just put a fan in front of you and just sim race. And to me, like, you kind of get lost in it. You're racing for 2 hours at a time, and you're like, oh, it is 11 o'clock at night, and I work at 5:30 tomorrow morning.
Right.
So.
And I'm pumped because I just got a podium and I can't go to sleep. Yeah.
Or I'm pissed because someone freaking barrel stuffed me in the first corner.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, dude, how much is a typical sim racing setup like that?
Mine's pretty like low end, and it's still probably like, to get the headset and the steering wheel, it probably like $500, $600.
That ain't bad.
No, not at all. And then you pay for like iRacing, which is monthly. It's like $15, so it's not bad. And I play with my buddy Braxton, and every once in a while we don't link up because our schedules are opposite. So, but you get to play with your friends, man. It's so fun. It's like real racing. Like gas and tires, and dude, except you don't have to pay for all that, you crash it, it's fine, not a big deal.
Just hit the reset button. All right, I'm good. Let's go again.
Tow me back to the pit. It'll take 25 minutes, but I'm good to go.
Right. Dude, that's awesome. So Ty, tell everybody that's listening and that's going to listen where you race and what bike you're racing and who's on your team.
All right, so I race primarily in California, do like CVMA, and I'll preface this with this year I haven't raced a whole lot because I'm focused on Moto America, and all my time off is going to that. So I'm doing a full season of Stock 1000. Minus Jersey because we'll be on our honeymoon, me and my wife. So we're going to Europe. I know. That one was up in the air anyways. It's just so far.
Yeah.
So but primarily race in California, CVMA, CRA, the new CRA, because there's the one in like Minnesota, I think, but California Road Race Association. I did race with Wira, and then just pretty much anywhere on the West Coast, we're trying to race. So, but Moto America is the primary focus right now, and like, I'm really focused. I don't want to show up and not qualify. That's like a big goal of mine, is to qualify for everything, and hopefully at the tracks I know, maybe fight for some points. That would be cool. That would be good for me. So
I have no doubt that you won't qualify. You will absolutely do better than you expect to do, for sure. You already know you got all my support over here.
I appreciate that.
For sure, 100%.
It is hard work, like, it's not just we go to the track and, practice racing and bike setup stuff. Like, I ride my bike or work out pretty much every day. So if I don't work out, I'm golfing. So like, it's still, you're burning little calories there, but
especially with all the walking. So do you get a golf cart or you just walk it?
Usually I have a golf cart, but there's some like courses next to my work that are walk. So I do like to walk, and honestly, I play so much better when I walk because you have time to think about every shot.
Yeah.
So you're not just like, oh, drive up, hit it, drive up to the next one, hit it. So, but
that's awesome.
I am really I'm enveloped right now. I'm excited. I hate to say this. I'm excited for the season to be over so I can have some free time again. But like I can't wait to go racing. That's the biggest thing in my life right now.
Right.
Besides my wife, she's awesome.
Listen, I was gonna say congratulations on you getting
Thank
engaged and married and going on your honeymoon. I know that's awesome. Me and my wife, we've never even taken a honeymoon. It's something we need to do. Yeah, dude, we've been married for 15 years, I think.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a funny story is every time her dad comes around, I was like, "Are you sure you don't want to take her back?" He's like, "Nope, she's all yours." I'm like, "Damn it. All right, I gotta try, right? I gotta try." Baby, you know I'm joking. I love you.
I just thought about this too. Is I raced with Utah. I don't know why I forgot this, but Utah and then Colorado all last year too. So my buddy Anthony got the number 1 plate. I got the number 2 plate. I figured it out in the last round. I finally was going fast. But I think if there's more rounds, I could have gave him a little more of a run. But I think he won every race but one of them. So it's hard to beat that. He deserved it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And dude, I grew up in Colorado. Well, I didn't grow up in Colorado. I lived there for 2 years in Littleton, Colorado. It was awesome.
Really? That's where I was born.
Really? Littleton? Yes. Dude, that's awesome. Small world.
Yeah, actually, I got my Colorado flag on my arm right here. Yes, sir.
It, dude, that's awesome.
So I was born in Denver, but I grew up in Littleton, like Roxborough State Park. So
nice. I lived in man, I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Ken Carl.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Is that the street? That's a road, correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, good stuff, man. Joe,
Utah,
man, I miss Miller Motorsport Park, man.
When
Mike used to go there. It was a great track.
Yep. It's in USBA still races out there, and I think this year they're doing a full season with 2 days of racing. So, give them a little shout out there. We pretty much begged for it all year last year. And then of course now I don't have the time off to go race there, but hopefully it goes well and they can continue the 2 days, because it sucks to drive from California to Utah and only race 1 day. It's good that on Sunday you have all day to drive home, but you really want to, if you're going to be out there, just be out there for a few days, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing, and then come back on Sunday night just exhausted, but happy that you did it.
That's right. Wake up Monday morning, straight dragging ass.
That's exactly right. That's why Red Bull was invented.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, we got Nathan Morales. He says endurance.
Yep. So he's from Colorado. So they do MRA. They do a 4-hour endurance race every year. I freaking love endurance racing. Like, I might not be able to run the fastest lap time, but I could run the same fucking lap time for 30 straight laps. So like, just incredibly consistent, and I'm not tooting my own horn there. That's like what I claim to be good at. I might not be the fastest dude ever, but I'll go relatively quick for 40 minutes or 35 minutes, however long the gas tank holds up. So, but I love it, man. I endurance racing is the best. I think, like, sprint racing's cool, but man, love it.
That's it. And so we got Tate says, come visit.
I'm probably going to come out there this summer and visit my mom. So if I'm out there, Tate, I'll come say hi.
Absolutely. You got to go by there and say hi. And then Rainey says, Legion SBK Enduro coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Too.
So they're doing, I don't know if it's a 4 or 6 hour endurance race that they're doing, but Legion Superbike, they're a new org. My buddy Coop, oh man, great guy as well. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot about their organization, but I know that the people that run it are incredible people. So I'm stoked for them. It's going to be a great series. Like, they got payouts, and all these different orgs are coming up with payouts. That's why we race. You come over to your organization, pick up some money if we can.
That's right.
So,
And it all goes to a good fun too. I mean,
Yes,
that's what it's
sir.
about. You know, our sport's so expensive. The tires, the travel,
Yep.
and that's one thing I don't understand about Moto American, this super stock class they have. Well, I don't understand. It's a great class, but I don't see why they got it so spread far out
I
to the
know.
whole United States, where it's almost only the people that have, I guess, the major sponsorships can really afford to do all the rounds anyway.
Yep. I wonder if it's one to maybe weed out some riffraff, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like if you're fast enough to qualify, you should be there. So, if they did it in like a kind of a logical order, like if they want to start at Barber, great. Just do Barber, Jersey, Brainerd, the Ridge, Laguna, so you go in an order and you can leave a truck. You don't have to drive back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the hard part. That's where it gets expensive.
Right, 110%. That's it is. Driving is a huge cost, especially when you're going from California to New Jersey. I mean, that's a 3-day trip, realistically.
Yep.
And that's hotels and money, and it's just, yeah, man, it's absolutely a lot. So listen, Ty, tell us about your 2023 season that just happened. How would you rank your 2023 season?
Man, so I got on a new bike. I didn't race the first half of the year because I was kind of in between bikes. I went from the 2021 Cowie to a 2017 Gixxer 1000. And both good bikes. I really liked my Gen 5. It was a 2016 ZX10. I loved that bike. Went pretty fast on that. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just buy the new ZX10. And I really struggled with that bike. And I don't know. I mean, so far it's had problems like with electronics and like, not to make excuses. There are people that went way faster than me on it. But I think they started to figure that out. I think Graves is fixing that. I'm not 100% sure, but I was like, all right, I'm going to get off the Cowie. I'm going to get a Gixxer. I know they're, it's going to be, it's not the worst bike. It's not the best bike, but it'll be reliable and I'll race that. Never did once race it. So I did 49s at Chuck, which is, respectable. When I coached with Pridmore, he coached me.
Yeah.
And, I was like, all right, I'll race it, next round. And I just never did. Eventually I was like, all right, I'm selling this bike. I really want to get on an R1. And I was after talking to Bryce. So my wife had her engine built by Bryce Prince. And we went up there to drop her bike off, I think. And I talked to him about an R1 and I was like, man, that's kind of affordable for, what you're getting. Like you're getting a full blown race package for, I put in 20 grand more on the Cowie, Yeah. So, I picked up the R1 from him and we went and raced, Podium Club. First time ever on it. First race was the 18 lap endurance race, or it's the longer race that CRA does. And I won it. First race ever on the bike. And it was my brother's birthday. It was like, I came off the track. I was crying. It was a whole ordeal. But I gelled with that bike immediately. So, I did a couple other races, and then went to Utah, and then, me and Anthony raced basically for the championship together. The first 2 rounds were, he just ran away with it. And then I had to battle with Gennaro, who is another fast guy out there. And him and I battled for the Superbike championship. And then the little fucker didn't show up for the last round. So I ended up winning it, but I wanted to race him for it.
Yeah.
So, and then, the last, do they call it KOM? It's King of the Mountain. Their premier race or whatever. Yeah. It was like a dogfight between me, Brian Childrey, and Anthony. And we were passing each other for, I think it's a 10 lap race, 12 lap. I can't, 14. It was a long race. I just remember like being at the end of it, like, I can't believe I just lost that, but I'm happy it's over.
Right.
So,
yeah, the R1's a beautiful machine too. I mean, everybody I've heard that threw a leg over it just fell in love with it. Like, it's not the fastest, don't make the most horsepower, but it makes the most sense. right?
Yep.
If you can call it, it's just because it's so comfortable and everybody just gels with it. It was like the old Hondas back in the day. You jump on an F3 or F3, it's just like it just made sense. It wasn't the prettiest, but it handled well. It had great power. It was just a great bike, all around package.
Yep. It's an incredible bike. Bryce does a amazing job building them. So he knows everything there is to know about it. He races one himself. So he's done the legwork to make it a great bike. Obviously, Attack and the super bikes are doing well. But you can't even compare what I ride to an Attack bike. The Attack bike is basically a MotoGP machine compared to what I have. Yeah. And that's, I'm not even saying that as a bad thing. My bike is incredible. Like the way it is set up, I just get on it and go. I don't hardly make any changes. And it's reliable. It starts every time. I love the thing. So
it sounds so good. Oh my God,
it's the best sounding bike. You can't tell me any other bike sounds better than the R1 does.
A Ducati. Absolutely, to me, yes. Well, it's okay. Everybody's got their own opinions,
it's
right?
Your own taste. It's your own taste for sure. I get that.
Or the Aprilia RSV4, man, they sound so good.
Oh, those do sound good.
I mean, but Yamaha, they're all so Ducati's got its own unique V twin or V4 rumble. The Aprilia's got its own certain V4 rumble, and the Yamaha is just with the cross plane crank. It's got its own unique, and man, it's all of them sound absolutely amazing. They're the best. I don't miss the high revving inline fours. I've always been a twin guy anyway.
One of my street bikes was the 09 R1, the first crossplane, and so I've always loved it. I've never I should have never strayed away from Yamaha. I've rode well on that thing anyway. So,
but listen, dude, they're women, right? And they're all beautiful. And they all have their own little characters. So you see one there, she eyeballing you eyeballing her. She's like,
gotta try it.
Come and throw your leg over this big boy. You're like, I gotta do it. I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. It's all me. It's not you. I just need you to understand.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll holler at you in the future. I don't know. But for now.
See, you say that, but my buddy Nick, diehard Honda guy, will not even get on anybody else's bike. If it's not a Honda, he ain't getting on it. So he sat on I think it was Anthony's ZX10, and we took a picture of it. So it gets sent around every once in a while.
That's awesome, man. Dude, listen, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. You got to try other bikes.
You got to, man. He won't, but I totally get it, man. We give him enough shit for it, but he's a master tech mechanic guy, so he knows what all the other bikes are about. He loves this Honda, so
ain't nothing wrong with that. I just got me RC51. It's been one of my dream bikes.
Oh, dude, that's
I've had
awesome.
it for about 4 months. It had 15,400 miles on it when I got it. And man, I love sitting at the stoplight and just barely brought that V4 growler. Oh my God, it's absolutely, I love it.
It's a credible machine, man. It's one of the best bikes Honda ever made.
Dude, I say it is the best bike Honda ever made. And listen, the only reason why I say that is that they had the RC45, which is a V4. Ducati was kicking their ass in World Superbike with a V twin. So it's the only time in history Honda's ever said, fuck the V4. We're going to make a purpose-built V twin bike just solely to beat Ducati. Hence, it wasn't just Honda. Honda got with HRC. That's why we take off the side fan. It's the only Honda out there that's got that stamped side cases HRC. Right.
Cool.
It's absolutely amazing. It really is. But we have another comment in here. Dude, I don't want to murder your name. I'm just gonna say Rahman. Right. I'm not even gonna try to the first
Rahman. That's safe. Yeah, you can try that.
Rahman, he says, damn, I've designed a wrap previously for Apex.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then my mate Craigo, he's over there in the UK, says, I don't envy how far you guys have to travel to go racing. The track that we race at furthest away is 6 to 7 hours with the wobble box on the back of the van. Can't imagine 3 days travel to go racing. Yeah, dude, Craigo, listen, it is. That's the only thing where America lacks in as far as our racetracks. They're so spread so far out. Yeah, like when I drove to Arizona, it was 2.5 days, and it was it was a beautiful time. Don't get me wrong, but sitting in a car that long or the U-Haul, I was like, dude, I don't care if I ever want to ride a car again for at least 6 months, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's that type of travel. And then my buddy Jake Marsh, a big shout out to Jake Marsh, R&D racing out there in the UK, Club 45. You guys need to go join. Proper Mega. He says, Rod, man, you have the best design. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
He's vouching for him, you know. He must have some good stuff,
dude. He does. I absolutely. So Jake, he races in the British Superbike class in the GP2 class.
Yep.
Yeah,
badass,
dude. He is badass, dude. Absolutely, he is. So yeah, man. Listen, so starting on the street, going to the track, starting racing. Now you're full fledged, got the fever for it, right?
I got it, man. I'm hooked forever. So
it's the best drug in the world.
It is, yeah. I mean, it might be bad for your body, but that's okay. That's only if you do it wrong, you know?
Right. That's what I tell everybody. It's only, dude, you're just not using it right, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. You'll figure out a different way to use it. You know,
right. I give you a couple of hints that try to help you out along the way, but yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. So obviously, is this going to be your first year doing a full-on assault with Moto America?
Yep. I've dabbled. I've only done Laguna before. I qualified both times. The first time I finished 14th. I scored 2 points, which was badass.
Damn right.
The grid was a little smaller though. I mean, if you look at the grids now, like they fill the grid, and then there's people that made the time but don't qualify. So that's, you know, it's cool that the sport's growing. I really like that, and it's cool to see people that didn't think that they had a shot at it before now look at it and like, okay, I can go race with the, you know, fastest dudes in the country. So and then I did Laguna again on that ZX10 that I didn't like as much. No excuses. I just got bullied the whole race. So I think I finished like 18th or 20th. I don't know, but I was not stoked with it. I talked to Josh Hayes. He said sometimes they just don't go that way. You know, they don't go your way.
Yep.
And yeah, I just on the start I got absolutely bullied, and I dropped, I don't know, probably 15 positions on the start. So it didn't go very good. But this year I'm coming back fighting. So,
but you'll have that. That's part of racing.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know, like now, initially I was really disappointed with how it went, but now I'm so much better for it because, like, that flipped a switch in me. You know, it was no more like, all right, I'm gonna pass this guy because I'm faster. I might not be faster, but I'm still gonna like try to outsmart you and pass you. That's why I like racing. You know, I might not be the fastest guy. I keep saying that. I'm not the fastest guy. I pride myself in having that racecraft and being able to, you know, make that work with maybe an equal lap time as the other person. So
I love it. Dude, consistency is key too, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, absolutely. Yep. Just because the fastest guy, he might be 2, 3, 4, 6 tenths faster than you for a couple laps, but once the tire starts wearing down, you're still banging out super fast laps. So eventually, you know, you're going to catch him and pass him anyway. So
yep,
yeah, man, that's awesome.
And that's how that race went. I just, you know, they all got away from me, and I just was slowly coming on back. So it's
like playing PlayStation. You're like, I got him. Right. I got him.
Yep. It's a grind. That's why I really enjoy just being out there and like, all right, you know, you made a mistake. And golf, is funny enough, helps with that too. Like, you're going to hit really bad shots sometimes, but if you go up to it and you're still pissed about the shot that you just hit, you're going to hit another bad one. So you just got to let it go. It happened. Move along. Keep on moving. So,
yeah, that's why I say golf is the most mental game there is.
Oh yeah,
it's that's what amazes me, especially when you watch like Tiger Woods. Like, let's just be honest, he's one of the best that's ever touched a golf club. He makes some shots, and I'm like, how the hell did he do that? It'll go up to green and cut left and come back down and make a right and go in the hole. I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Does a U-turn, goes back up the hill.
I'm like, what are you talking about? How's that even possible? Yeah. It's such a mental game, but I love it too. I don't. Like I said, don't get a chance to play as often, but
yeah, it's something I do just on days off. And since I have crappy days off right now at work. This is what I do, man. I just on a Wednesday I'm gonna go golf. So
I'm gonna swing that club. I love it.
That's
man.
right.
Good stuff. And so listen, I assume you watch other form of racing like MotoGP, World Superbike, and all that.
I do. This year I've been lacking. I've been totally lacking. Just focused on other stuff.
Yeah.
We have a group chat that we bet on MotoGP every week. So we got you finish, or let's see, it's like a fantasy, MotoGP fantasy. Basically, you'll pick 2 riders from that can go to Q2 and 1 that has to come out of Q1. So like if they you'll have 3 total riders, and then if you have a tiebreaker that you have to have, we pick the first crash in the sprint race. So you don't usually get the crash right, but I mean when Marquez was riding for Honda, it was pretty easy. Just
it was easy to pick, right?
Yeah. I picked Mark, and so it's first. So basically, I haven't this year, but last year it was like a race to watch qualifying. So you watch qualifying, you see the results, you're like, all right, these are my 3 riders, we're good to go, and move on from there. And you'd get pissed because somebody would pick your riders, they'd pick your 3, or at least 2 your good ones, and then you got to pick a third one to break the tie, So
I do. And listen, I have a fantasy league that it's on MotoGP.com. I play that fantasy league. It's Pendergast Podcast. I got over 100 players. The person that wins the Pendergast Podcast wins a prize. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm thinking it's either going to be a Pendergast hat or a shirt, or it might even be something else, like maybe a jacket or something. I don't know. Nice. I haven't decided, but I know the winner of the league this year in MotoGP, in my league anyway, is going to win. Yeah, a prize. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be it's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to change it up, right? And a buddy of mine says, "Well, if you win, what do you win?" I said, I don't win shit if I win, right? That's not the point.
You kind of don't want to, because then you can give away,
Yeah.
And you don't want to give a prize for second place, because that's just the first loser,
Right. So Craigo, listen, he says, good night, guys. It's 12 midnight here. I'm up at work at 4 a.m. Got to make the dollar to pay for the next race weekend and another set of tires. I'll try to find YouTube on socials if you can. Pass mine over and have him after the pod. Chris Simcoe would love to follow how he does this year. Craigo, listen, I got you, mate. I'll send you all the info for sure, and you can follow him. And I appreciate you, Craigo. What an honor. Craigo actually just got a new custom suit made, and it's absolutely awesome. Yes.
Craigo, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely, we do. And Robert Lackey's watching. What is up, Robert from Bison, man?
That's my boy right there, him and Tasha.
Me too. I love them, dude. They are absolutely that. He actually sent me a shirt, sent me a hat, and sent my son a shirt too.
Yep.
I finally met them in Jersey last year, and dude, he cooked dinner for me. Dude, we sat and ate.
Oh, that's awesome.
Levi Batty and his dad. And dude, it was it was absolutely. I can't wait to see everybody in Atlanta too. It's gonna be,
I love them. They're well, obviously I'm sponsored by Bison, but I just love them as people. Like my wife works for them as well. She designs a lot of the suits. So that's kind of cool. And I get the inside scoop on like who's designing what, so I can kind of copy the cool stuff.
Right. So I could be a cool kid. I want to be a cool kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I get hey, Rainey, I don't like the white on that corner. Like, I don't have to wait for the revisions to be sent in an email. I just go up to her after work.
Right. Be like, hey, would you change this, please? When
you exactly.
I wasn't feeling that right there. Yeah, I like it. No, Robert, you did not tell us. Yes, you did tell us you was going to make it. And Robert, I appreciate you. And, I can't wait to see you and get a big old bear hug and pet the buffalo.
That's a bison hug.
Dude, absolutely. Dude, you know what, dude? I need to quit playing around, dude. I need to get me I don't have any more leather suits. Mine took
you have to get a bison suit. I absolutely love mine. It is by far the best suit I've worn.
I get people ask me all the time, dude, 4SR, all these other brands, right? And I always tell everybody, when I get a suit, it's absolutely going to be from Robert and Tasha, 110%. I mean, there's just no question. They're just absolutely amazing people. They have amazing products, and why wouldn't you want to support them? I mean, Absolutely.
And they support the paddock. That's the
big
key
thing,
Like you'll have other companies, but they're not helping the riders that are going to use the product. Like, of course you want to sell stuff to people that aren't racing, and you want to sell stuff at full price and not just give the racer discount or whatever. But like, people see the racers, and if there's a company that's doing more to support the sport, like, that's who I want to be with. You know what I mean? So like, I just like seeing the sport grow, and that's the best part of the sport. Dude, spreading it.
Spreading all the love. I'm trying to actually reach over here and see if I can grab my bison hat real quick so I can show everybody.
Oh, there you go. Bang. Oh, I love it. Dude, yeah.
Me too. I wear it. I try not to wear it all the time, man. I actually sweated in it, so man, because
try to keep it clean.
Dude, you see all the hats, dude. I have.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I could wear a different hat for like 3 months. I'm a hat retard. And they're all motorcycles. Figure out
what I was gonna wear today. I was like, man,
dude, listen. So when I wore the wig on the podcast, right? It was a bet with two of my buddies. So I think I'm gonna go out and grab a couple more wigs and not even tell people, and just come on in and just surprise them. Because I got a lot of good feedback from it. People are like, dude, that was awesome. It's just different,
That's awesome.
So listen, Ty, I want to ask you something, man. Do you have any rituals you do? Let me ask you this. How do you mentally prepare for a race? And do you do like a left boot before your right boot, or do you have anything like that you do?
Yep. So I used to be like dead set on, I put left boot on, left glove on. I mean, not in that order, but left boot, right boot, left glove, right glove. I used to have that very specific order. And then I had a really bad crash at Chuck, and I couldn't remember if I did my ritual right, so I was kind of blaming it on that, even though obviously, you don't know if that's what it is or what.
Right.
Like, the universe is weird anyway. So it is. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, like, the next time I rode was at Laguna with Apex, and we did the Aprilia day, like the test day where people can try the Aprilias out, ride their Aprilia bikes, and it's just a super cool day. But that was the first time back on a bike after my crash. It was like a month and a half later, and I was just like, I'm not doing a ritual. I'm just gonna delete it out of my brain, so I don't have to worry about if I did everything in the right order. So I kind of took it away, and now I do have like a little process, but not really as in depth or like as strict as it was before. I will say that if something doesn't feel right, like, I'll take the glove back off and I'll redo it. But typically not so much. Like, my ritual now is I listen to Metallica, like right before the race, and Enter Sandman. Like, I listen to the whole pre-intro part, and then right when the guitar drops, like, I just get in my zone, and then once he starts singing, I turn it off. I'm like, all right, I'm in the zone now. So that's like my pre-race ritual, and I've been doing that even before the crash. Actually, the reason it started is I saw a YouTube video. I don't remember what college it is, but they were having like a whiteout game, and they were playing that. They were doing the Enter Sandman. Someone will say what college it is, maybe they know, but it was like in a football game, and it's like when they're running out on the field. So the whole crowd is just jumping up and down, and it just got me so hyped. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that. It just gets me like fired up to go race. Some people like to be super calm, and I was that way, and then I had that crash, and I was like, dude, this is for fun. Like, I got to have some fun and take it a little less seriously. I still take it serious, but like, now I'm at least smiling before the races, and try to be a little bit less nervous. Yeah, Virginia Tech. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate you.
Virginia Tech.
It's one of the sickest videos. It gets you so hyped up.
Yeah. It's funny, dude, because I'm literally like 40 minutes from Virginia Tech, and I've never been to a Virginia Tech game. Yeah. No,
man.
Dude, I don't do football, bro. I take it back. I do football. I do the real football, which is soccer. Everybody in America, the real football is soccer.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Yeah, dude, it is, man. That's the real football game is soccer. But that dude, so I grew up, Bo Jackson was my favorite, right? So
yeah.
If I had to pick a team, dude, it's actually the old LA Raiders, right? Well, it's not Oakland, and now it's Las Vegas.
Right.
I watched the Super Bowl. That's basically it.
Right.
I'm sure a real football game is fun to go to.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's just a different form of entertainment, you know.
It
And
is.
it's funny that you say that. Yesterday, my playing partner was he was a San Diego Charger. He played for the Chargers, the Raiders, and Detroit. And in our house, we're Bronco and Minnesota fans. So you could not pick a more opposite player for us, you know. But he was a real cool dude anyway. But it was I like football. I just don't like it as much as I like racing.
Yeah. Randy said, so first off, Robert says, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. And shout out to Ty's wife, Randy, for being a big reason why Bison rocks. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Does a great job.
I already know she does. I can't wait, dude. Yeah, I need to actually reach out. I'm going to see them in Atlanta. It says, after you knocked yourself out, I didn't love that exit light. Enter night that pumps you up.
Gets me fired right up to go take another nap.
Right, it's the best nap I ever had too.
Yeah, dude, that was a bad one. I remember like picking something up in my trailer and then I was in the hospital. Like I don't remember the whole race. I don't remember, you know, like 8 hours after. And honestly, so my wife, this was when we were dating at the time, and she came and stayed in the hotel with me, or the hospital. And we sat there and at the end of it, like when they discharged me, I was like, man, good thing we were only here for like a day and a half. And she goes, you've been here for like 8 days. And I was like, whoa, okay, holy cow, I don't remember any of that.
I was just joking.
Yeah. Maybe I should stay here.
Right. Maybe I need to check back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, dude, well, I'm glad you're okay, because, you know, concussions is something, you know, that people should never play around with. You know, I think I would love to see our sport do more as far as concussion rules go. You know, like saying if you have a heavy crash and you can totally see, you know, there's got to be some type of test like immediately. They need to do after a big crash.
Right.
Because head injuries, you know, you might not feel it now. It might be 10, 15 years down the road, but you might, you know, so it's something that our sport actually really, really needs to look into and do a better job. I'm not saying they're not doing a good job, because they are. They just need to start a new chapter and rewrite.
There could be improvements for sure.
110% there could.
And you know, they listen. This sounds terrible as a rider, but they listen too much to the rider. You know, that they're expected to keep safe to go back out. You know what I mean? Like, of course, as a racer, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm good. You know, like I just have a small headache, you know, and I've ridden with a headache before, but it wasn't right after I hit my head, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it is, man. It's something that I think that our sport really needs a serious, you know, like starting in 2025, Moto America and everywhere else, you need to. So I know in BSB, if you have a pretty heavy fall and they deem you have a concussion, you automatically sit out. I think it's for 2 weeks or 7 days or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they take it serious shit, man.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, luckily, I mean, so now speaking of head injuries, like, so I was wearing an AGV when that happened. Honestly, I've had conversations with 100 people about it. I don't know if there was a helmet that would have prevented what happened. Basically, I just whiplashed and my head, you know, went from, it was like what do you call those launchers? I don't know what you call them in medieval times. Basically, that's what happened. It whiplashed me and I landed straight onto my head. I don't think there's a helmet out there that would have like made me just walk away from it. I don't know that though. But like now I'm with KYT and I love them. So like, I think just as long as you have a good helmet, I see so many people with like, if you're wearing a built helmet, maybe it's time to upgrade. Your head is the most important part of your body.
Facts.
You can't,
or an icon helmet.
Yeah, no, you don't want any of that, you know. And there's those Ruroc ones, you got to get rid of them, you know. Like I say, the big ones probably a Rye, Shoei, AGV, KYT, you know, like just get yourself in a good helmet. Like, of course, I'm going to vouch for KYT. Honestly, I weighed them, and the KYT was lighter than my Pista GPR R. helmet. So
RR. Yeah, I got one. I got a pissed RR.
yep,
Mine's a limited edition winter test Valentino Rossi, of course.
yep.
I have the HJC Ralpha one FIM homologated helmet. It's
Yep.
actually heavier than the AGV, and it has this little fucking whistle, man. I don't know what it is,
that.
dude. You know what I'm talking about? You put it on, you
Yep.
go, you ride. It's like I hold my head a certain thing, and I just hear this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this noise?
And then you turn your head and it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So finally, when I went riding the other day, I put my hand right here over here where this middle vent was, and it stopped. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. I thought it was the diffuser I had on the back, but no, it's not.
No.
It wasn't the case. But I do love that helmet. I got a Rise. I got AGVs. Never had a Shoei. Don't have a KYT. I've heard. I got a bunch of my friends in Moto America, and you're one that wear KYT. It'll be absolutely one of my next helmets, 110%. That's what I try to tell people, man. Don't, they're like, well, how much was that helmet? I'm like, $1,000. They're like, holy shit. I'm like, but I love me, and I love this thing right here, right? And this is the best there is. So this is what I want to protect my head, right? And there's a lot to be said for it. The vents, everything. It breathes really well. Your peripheral vision. I mean, your vision's retarded in them. Yeah, and they passed all the best safety standards there is, right? So there is a difference between a $250 helmet and a $1,000 helmet, 110%.
Definitely. And that's the thing I did before I went to KYT, because I just had my head injury. So that was the reason for looking into something else. And so I looked at 6D. They've got like a kind of a cool suspension technology type deal. And then I really just like how the KYTs look. It's just like a classic helmet. I love it. Like the vision is incredible. But my thing is I didn't want to get into a helmet that I would be scared to crash in. Yeah. So,
and at the price point, you can't beat a KYT. It's like $600 or less, dude, for a carbon fibers, dude. You can't. Absolutely,
$600 shipped. I think it's not even that. I think it's $550 shipped for their top of the line helmet, and they're coming out with a new one soon, so that'll be out. I didn't want anything that I would be scared to ride in. I didn't want to think about it. I wanted to put my helmet on and like trust that is going to do its job.
Dude, it's funny you say that, Ty, because I feel like that sometimes when I go throw my helmet on. I'm like, shit, I don't want to drop it. I don't want nothing to happen to it. It's like I don't want to crash in it. It's $1,500. I mean, shit, dude. I don't have another $1,500 to turn around and go. But now I think about it, I can buy 3 KYTs for that.
Exactly. Get whatever color you want.
Right. Yeah, dude. I love the Bastianini one because I'm big into like greens and purples and pinks, dude. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely up my either that or it'd be the matte carbon for me, full carbon. That way I could put pin to gas stickers on it or whatever. And
exactly.
Yeah.
I just had mine wrapped by Lieto Factory. They're great too out in California, but they wrapped it. It looks like the Iceman helmet from Top Gun.
Nice.
Instead of the blue lightning bolts, it's pink because I'm a pink guy.
Me too.
Love the pink.
Yes, me too, man.
So
absolutely, I can't wait.
It came out really good. I love it, dude.
Where's it at?
It's in the garage. I can grab it, but it's I've had it for a few months now. I wore it pretty much the whole Utah season, and then I have just like a matte black one that I took a Josh Hayes inspired Jolly Roger. And that was like I only wore that helmet for the last round because I was like, I'm going to either fucking win the race or I'm going to crash and destroy everything I have right now. Like it's do or die. And I totally had that mentality putting it on. And I think that's probably why I went fast. So
that's awesome. I love it. And so as far as Bison real quick, do you got the Thor 2 gloves?
I do, yeah. So I got there. I don't know if I don't know about sizing. I think we just did like a size medium. I got tiny hands. My friends are gonna make fun of me for it, but whatever. I'm 6'2". I got tiny hands and regular size feet. Whatever, guys. But I got the Thor 2s, and then Rainey did the cool thing where like my number is on my pinky and ring finger. So it came out pretty sick, man. Like the whole setup, dude. Everyone always compliments the pink and the like the bison suit and the KYT helmet. Like, it just looks so clean. And you get your own style with it. I love it.
I do too, man. I'm a huge fan of pink. Obviously, the logo, right? The green, the purple, the pink, and all. Yeah, it's
yes, sir.
90 Kawasaki colors.
Yeah,
you can't beat it, dude. It's awesome.
I love it. Dude, I love that, dude.
Me too, bro. Me too. And listen, dude, we're over an hour into this, man. I know, dude. I told you it's gonna go by super quick. But you guys, don't worry. We're gonna have a part 2, 3, 4, and 5 with Ty. But before we get off here, man, I want to get into what's one of my favorite part of the interview. Where I ask,
yes, sir.
We sit down and we get to learn all about Ty away from everything, right? Even his wife. Yep. What does Ty like to do? So, let me ask you this, Ty. What is Ty's worst habit? What is your worst habit, Ty?
Oh, man. I leave cups everywhere in the house. So I'll drink half the drink and I'll just leave it. So my wife actually just talked to me about this. Like, can you put the cups in the dishwasher? Like, yeah, I got you. I'm sorry. I just, like, by my bedside table, there's always probably 3. Because I'll take, a glass of water to bed. I'll drink half of it and then I wake up and then I do it the next night. And so for 4 days, there's 4 glasses there. So
that's hilarious. I got one of these that I keep.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So that way I can leave this one here after we're done.
Yeah, and then I take it and wash it out. But yeah, there's stuff I do too. My wife's like, really? I'm like, dude, we've been married 15 years. I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you.
It's part of me. You married me, So
right. You accepted me for me. So what's changed now?
Exactly. Yeah.
Facts, right? So let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Tell us something we don't know about Ty.
Don't know about me. Oh, man. I think I've pretty much put it all on social media. I might have to come back to that one. I don't know if there's a whole lot that I'm like.
All right. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that.
Obviously.
All right. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I secretly really like Hondas. Even though I talk mad shit about them, I do like Hondas. So there you go, Nick. I said it. All my friends can make fun of me now. I like them.
That's awesome.
So be it.
I love it. Yeah, dude. Hey, nothing wrong. Dude, listen, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, man. And I've never said this, but dude, I had a big problem with Honda back in the day. Like, I just did not like them. And the reason why I didn't like them, people hear me out. It wasn't their motorcycles. Yes, I got an RC51. It's one of my favorite bikes in the world. Yeah. It was the reason how they treat their riders, right? Meaning that, and that's the whole reason why Valentino Rossi left Honda, because Rossi was like, I'm the one that's making the difference, not the Honda. Honda's like, no, it's our bike that makes the difference, not you. And Rossi's like, I'm going to Yamaha and I'm gonna beat you, right?
Thing up, and he got on a turd of a Yamaha and won.
So that whole mentality really threw me off of Honda for a long time.
Yep.
And then but everybody has their own quirks and all that bullshit. But so that's why I kind of disliked them for a long time. But
they've probably taken some of their humble medicine now.
Right.
Now that they're not winning in World Superbike, they're not really winning anywhere now. So.
No, they're not. Except for they didn't even win there neither. Nope.
What was I thought it was you that shared somebody. Oh no, maybe it's a guy coming from like Australian Superbike or something. Their stock 1000 class. Isn't he on a Honda? There's one of those guys.
Yeah, I know that Tommy Birdwell just left Ducati and went to Honda out there in BSB.
Maybe it was BSB is one of those.
I think ASBK. I think Honda won in ASBK the title this year.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I just saw it. He's coming to race stock 1000. Whatever their stock 1000 championship is.
Yeah.
Their championship winner, I think, is coming to race stock 1000. So that's cool. It's a little notoriety for the class, and maybe they just do it every single round and not just we'll go to half and do BTR in the other one and do twins in this one. You know what I mean? Race them all.
Facts, dude. We need full factory. We need Honda back in Moto America. We need Kawasaki back in Moto America. Yep. Robert Lackey, you're absolutely right. Hayden Gillum is back on a Fireblade this year in Moto America.
He is.
100%. And the bike's fast. Shows my man Ashton Yates. He's going to be on one too as well. And of course, my man Trevor Watson. He's on there and racing against you.
Your podcast with him.
Yeah. You two are going to be racing against each other. So
yes,
it's going to be good stuff. So
coming for you, Trevor.
I'm coming. Yeah, I like it. I love it, dude. You heard me, Trevor. Put the hot dogs down. It's time to get it in. What three
That's
people?
Funny.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're both like, he was talking about his weight, and I was like, man, we're like the same weight. I totally relate to that. It's the hardest part about racing in general is like, you're just a big dude, like he's a little taller than me, but same weight. Like you're not going to race Alvaro Bautista. You know what I mean? Like there's an obvious advantage right there. So I'm going to be Scott Redding here and complain about a weight rule soon.
We need weight limits. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He needs a ballast on his bike.
I'm going to start complaining about it.
I know that's right. That's awesome. Let me ask you this. If you could take any three people in the world to a track day with you, who would they be? They could be famous, dead or alive, whoever. Any three people.
Any three people.
That includes Valentino Rossi, whoever you want it to be.
All right. So I would probably, my brother passed away a couple years ago, so I'd probably take him because that was our plan to go do a track day with Apex Assassins before he passed away. But I would take him. Valentino has got to be on the list, and then I would take my wife just so that she could meet my brother. So those are the, if I didn't pick Valentino, I'd probably pick my buddy Rich. He's one of my best friends, and I would wish I could have 20 slots. I could pick 20 people right now, but those would be my three for sure.
Three. Good, man. I love it. Great answers too, man. It really is.
Appreciate that.
Let me ask you this, Ty. If Ty had his own island, your own island where you lived, right? You're the president of your own little island. What racetrack would be on your island?
Ooh, man. Any racetrack?
Any racetrack in the world, bro. Any racetrack. What racetrack is going to be on Ty's island?
It's this sounds a little weird. I love HPR in Colorado. I love that track. I don't know if it's between that and Spa in Spain, I think. Oh, yeah, I don't. I'd probably do Spa because it's iconic. So you go Eau Rouge and dude, yeah, that's a tough question, man. Put me on the spot. I do Spa. That's it. I'd do it.
Final answer. Love it.
Yeah.
So, favorite movie, Ty?
Favorite movie? Probably the one I quote the most is Step Brothers. I say a quote from it every day.
Awesome. Love it.
So yeah, probably Step Brothers.
Man, it's of course I've said it 100 times. Top Gun for me, but there's another one.
I love Top Gun.
I do too, man. That I absolutely love is 300. Man, I love
great
that
movie.
It's like right there with Top Gun, man. Is 300 such a every time I watch it, I feel like, hey, I could go fight Conor McGregor. And then I think about it, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay
maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll leave my shirt on though. How about that?
Right. It sounded good, but that's good. I'm a legend in my own mind when I watch that movie, right?
100%.
Robert Lackey, Days of Thunder, Top Gun, but racing. Absolutely, dude. Good analogy. Yes, man. I keep forgetting about Days of Thunder because it's like it's one of those movies that was really, really good, but nobody talks about it hardly at all.
Yeah, that is a great movie.
You don't see Trickle Coal. You don't see the Mountain Dew on it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, dude, that shit was good, man.
Great
good
movie
stuff, man. It is. So let me ask you this, Top. You already know I'm a big audiobook listener. Are you reading or listening to anything now?
So right now I actually just finished Unbroken. So I've seen the movie, but I just wanted to read the book itself. I spend a lot of time commuting now. So I do listen to a bunch of different books. Like probably my favorite book that I've read is the two David Goggins books. I love, like, I re-listen, like when I'm doing a pedal, right? I'm out pedaling, I'm suffering. I will put the chapter on where where they're lifting the logs. Man, it just fires me up. I'm like, all right, this dude is dealing with one of the shittiest things he's probably ever dealt with. And throwing it back in their face, just taking souls. So
taking souls. He said, "Who's going to carry this boat? I'm going to carry this boat.
Carry the boat.
I'm going to carry the boat. Right?
Who's going to carry the logs? Yeah, I love it, dude. He's a absolute animal.
Dude, he is an absolute legend, dude. And I'm glad that we have guys like him on our side.
Definitely.
I mean, he's dude. So listen, if you loved him, you need to read or listen to Jesse Etzler. Jesse Etzler, right? He invited David Goggins to live with him for a month and train him.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a good book.
I saw that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'll have to listen to it. I know he was like, he's talking about his experiences. I've listened to him on a couple of podcasts now, and he's talking about like how he's in bed with his wife, and David comes in at 4 a.m. He's like, "All right, time to go to work, motherfucker." And he's
That's
like,
it, time to go to work, motherfucker. Yeah, dude. From what I remember, there's a part where he's asleep and David comes in there and just whispers, and he's like, "Get up, motherfucker! It's time to go running." And it's like 4 feet of snow outside. He's like, David's in shorts and a t-shirt with a beanie hat and some gloves on. And that's it. And I'm like, dude. Yeah, one thing David said in that book that stuck with me more than anything is I want to be uncommon amongst uncommon men. And I was like,
love it.
Dude, what a saying. Like, that's just, it's absolutely brilliant. I loved it, dude.
I try to think about that when I'm like riding my bike, and even if I look at other people's Stravas and they absolutely crushed me, well, they weren't in the hurt locker with me while I was at mile only 20 while they're doing 100, you know what I mean? Right. But like for me at 20, I'm like, whew, all right, we gotta keep pedaling through this. It's kind of, I'm better now, but I always think about what would Goggins say to me right now, dude? Like, I know he got on a bike and did that, endurance race on a bicycle. Wasn't even his, my bike's fitted to me. So he's, and then he crashed it and then got up and rode the shittier bike, so.
Dude, running with broken ankle. Dude, listen, everybody, you need to quit bullshit and go get the David Goggins book. I'm telling you.
So good. Now. It's not getting paid for this, but go read the
Nobody's
book.
getting
Seriously.
paid for it, but
it's great.
Read the book.
It changes you. Seriously. Like, it sounds so lame, but man, I find a lot of motivation from that.
And it's just not one story, it's the whole book, and real quick, what sets it different is this guy, like, I was reading the book telling Ty's story, and then as soon as I get done with a chapter, Ty will come in and talk about that whole chapter, and then I read the second chapter and Ty will come back in and talk about it. So you get both insights and the whole story with his mom and his dad, dude, and all that, dude.
I know. Yeah.
Bro, absolutely amazing book, man. But as far as motorcycle racer books, dude, John Hopkins is one of the best out there.
Yep. So I read that book, and actually, maybe if he watches this, I sent him a DM because afterwards, I sent him a like really personal DM that I was like, man, your story really resonates with me. So he hasn't read it yet. Maybe one day. I see him at Apex every once in a while. I got to be like, hey, dude, check your DMs. I know, dude. I just hate, he's always coaching people, and like I coach people too. And it would be weird if, I mean, you can always come talk to me, but I don't want to be rude to him and his clients. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one of those that I'm like, I don't want to bother the guy with my stuff. It ain't.
Well, you gotta do what I do, Ty. Is you wait till after he's done and go get him in the parking lot and be like, John, huge fan, brother, man. Can I ask you a question? I'll take the time, because when I see him, I'll be like, dude, I need you on my podcast, John. No bullshit. Let's make this happen. Would love to have John Hopkins on the podcast. It would be.
I'll next time I go out there, dude. It's so cool. Like, Apex is probably 20 minutes from my house, and funny story about Apex. We were riding, and Fabio Quattararo came out there.
Nice.
And him and who's the other guy? Tony Arbolino. And Hopkins with a bunch of the kids that were racing the O'Valleys and stuff. And so I got to be on the track with them at the same time. But I was just sitting at a stoplight, and I looked over. So I saw two dudes like breaking their necks, looking in the back of the truck, and I'm like, what the, like, trying to steal my shit. And I look over, and it's Quattararo just in the truck, like with his French glasses and stuff. I was like, I pointed at him, and everybody in the van started laughing. Like they all knew that I just realized that was the guy who just won the world championship in MotoGP.
With his pearl necklace on. I love it. Yeah.
No shirt.
No shirt. Pearl necklace. Let it all hang out.
So cool, man.
Dude, it is, dude. Just being around people like that, the presence, the energy you feel. But then at the end of the day, you still realize that they're human just like me and you. They put their pants on the same way. They got something that we're envy of, and they could just ride the fuck out of a motorcycle ridiculously,
Yep.
Yeah.
And they, their work ethic is really good, which they got that Goggins in them, man. They're just, I appreciate that more than anything. The amount of effort and work it takes to be at that level.
And stay there.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, to push through a time when you're really struggling, like, especially with the bike, the Yamaha is not what it could be in MotoGP anyway. It just, he's on the struggle bus right now. So it's tough. It's tough. What do you do?
Listen, the tides have turned. So if you go back through history, dude, the Japanese dominated and the Europeans did shit. Right now, the Europeans are doing good and the Japanese ain't. But it's going to come back full circle. I mean, it will. It's just inevitable. They're just going through a hard time now. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. So
yes, sir.
Favorite music, Ty?
Favorite music? My favorite band is Ice Nine Kills. My wife introduced me to them. We were like one of the first days we were, talking. And so she introduced me to an album called The Silver Scream. And it's basically, they did they're like a metal band. So they did a bunch of songs of horror movies.
Nice.
So they've got, like my favorite one's called Rockin' the Boat. It's about Jaws. And so like in the song, they've got the no, like kind of theme. And all of them are like that. There's probably 30 of them, but it's so good, man. I love it.
Yeah, you have to text me that because I got to. I have to listen to that for sure, dude. That's awesome, man. Of course, I listen to everything. Frank Sinatra, to Young Dolph, to you name it. Janis Joplin. I'm in. I love music.
I'll send you the albums.
Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
I will, dude. I can't wait. I'll throw in my headphones tomorrow. I'm at work and straight jam out to them.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let me ask you this: Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, big Star Wars. Yeah, my dad was a big Star Trek guy, but I never could get into it. So it's just Star Wars is like has that iconic story and yeah.
And who don't want a lightsaber? I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah. Where's your lightsaber?
Star Trek? Force choke somebody out sometimes. I mean, there's times I'm at work. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I want to read minds. Yeah, I want to read minds. I don't want to have weird ears. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on.
Exactly.
Next question.
Right. Yeah, next question. No. What Star Wars character would you be?
Oh man. I would say just like personality wise, I just really like Darth Vader, like the whole Anakin transition to Darth Vader. I struggle with that internally because I try to be like a good, nice person all the time, but like when I'm not and I'm an asshole, I feel like I notice that, but it's an internal struggle. I know I should not be that way, but best way to describe it is that it's just an internal struggle, and like you get pulled one direction and you're an asshole, or you get pulled the other direction and you're like the nicest guy in the world. So you got to figure out how to blend those two together and not go to the dark side, So, but I really like that analogy. That's good.
Yeah, it is. It was a great analogy, and I feel the same. It's it is a struggle. It's an everyday struggle. Joshua says Ty would be Jar Jar Binks 100%. That is awesome.
Nah, this guy. All right, get this guy out of the chat.
Jar Jar. I love it, dude. Do you know Jar Jar? A lot of people gave shit to Jar Jar. I actually like Jar Jar. He brought
he's funny.
A different element to it, dude. He was
just whatever. The lore, Jar Jar was supposed to be like an evil character. He wasn't supposed to be this hunky dory dummy, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Tasha says Your wife is approving suit designs. I think she gave up on listening to you joking.
She did that. She did that a long time ago, you know?
Right. Wait till you're 15 years into it, right?
I
I'm
know,
just
right?
joking.
We
I'm
just
joking,
started.
ladies. Yeah, I'm so joking. I love my wife more than anything.
Me too.
So,
I love my wife too.
yeah. So let me ask you this, Ty, because I know
Yep.
race season. You got to stay fit. So you're on this. You eat healthy. I eat healthy too. But one, your favorite food. But two, what is your cheat meal you go to? You win a race.
Ooh.
You had a good race. You're like, you know what? If I eat this one meal, I work out for extra 20 minutes. Not a big deal, but I'm eating it. What is that one cheat meal for you?
It's a Chipotle burrito. I love Chipotle. I'd go there every day if I could, you know. But it's a burrito. I'm gonna double wrap it. We get white rice, black beans, double chicken, pico, extra sour cream, guac, and extra lettuce. And then you got to get the vinaigrettes too. Pour on the top of it. Yeah, dude. Right now, that's probably what I'm gonna get after this.
Right. Treat yourself, man. Dude. And so I love hot sauce, dude. I love hot
Yep.
sauce.
Me too. Me too.
So what's your all around favorite food?
Favorite food? I do like Mexican food. But I would like sounds so basic. I think burgers just because it's so versatile. You could get you can do a peanut butter burger if you want, or you can just do your like my favorite burger is probably Whiskey River barbecue burger from Red Robin.
Dude,
so
nice.
Got those crispy onions.
Oh, they're good, dude. With
so good.
The last one I got there at Red Robin had the crispy fried jalapenos on it. I forget what it was. It was good though. But when I'm at home and I make me a burger, I don't like them real thick. I like kind of like a smash burger.
Yeah. Yep.
But I put pimento cheese on mine, and it is so good with pimento cheese.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just love food, man. I mean, obviously, I'm a big boy, so
yeah, me too.
We gotta
eat. Too. Yeah, dude. It's listen, we gotta eat, right? Like when I get off here, I'm gonna go. My wife made what she call them? The chopped subs, chopped Italian subs last night. Man, they were amazing. And then she's made fajita quesadillas tonight. So I'm gonna go in there with my special last dab hot sauce and put it on there. My wife tells me every time, she's like, "You're a fucking idiot," and I'm just it's so good,
crushing
right? Yeah, straight murdering it. Absolutely, man.
Hell yeah.
So let me ask you this. I ask everybody this celebrity crush because everybody's got one. Who is Ty's celebrity crush?
Oh, geez. My wife's on here. Celebrity crush. Probably Margot Robbie. I feel like that's a common answer, though.
It is a common answer. Absolutely. It is. I
think
people, when I ask that people are like, Margot Robbie, just because she's new, you know, me, dude, Salma Hayek. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure. I could see that for sure.
Yeah. 100%. Her or Eva Menendez.
See, Rainey even knew. She knew before we even said it.
Margaret Robbie, she did. That's awesome. So Rainey, who's your celebrity crush that you're listening?
Let's get yours.
Yes, let's see your answer up in here, Rainey. Absolutely. So, Ty, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would say probably that it's okay to just be patient. I was like, even now, I'm still like, I'm impatient and I want to force things and like get them done. And just be patient and let life happen, and it'll happen the way it's supposed to. That's right. I just don't think it's like you're not. I mean, you are creating your own destiny in a sense, but like it's going to happen. I definitely believe the way your life is supposed to work out, it will.
Yeah.
So.
I agree, buddy. I agree. So let me ask you this, Ty, and ask everybody this, dude. What's after racing?
What's after racing? I'm just golfing. No, I don't know. Man.
Air power control and golf.
That's right, dude. I just get off work and head to the range. You know what I mean?
Good. I do.
I mean, golf's in there. It's fun, but I don't think it's like it's not like racing, you know, like it'll never be racing.
No.
So, after racing, it's probably some kind of coaching with people that are racing, you know, maybe bring some people up. and that would be cool, to see how that plays out, and if you can get people to the big stage, that would be cool to me. To me, the big stage is Moto America. Like the chances we go overseas are so low. That'd be badass. But it's just I know that there's stuff in the works for the States to get kids over there and racing. It's so hard for your average family to, make
Of
that
course.
happen. It's got to be a very specific set of circumstances to make
Well,
that work.
you got to move from America and move to Spain or Italy and live
Yep.
there, and then raise your kid in their race organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very hard for. I mean, shit, we really ain't had one since. I mean, think about it, Nikki Hayden. Yes, we got Joe Roberts, and yes, we had SDK, right?
Yep.
But we need more. But
Yeah.
We'll see, man. Hopefully, the track house in MotoGP will get some Americans on there. So
yeah, I'm hoping so too. I really enjoyed watching Cam race over there too.
absolutely.
I mean, it is literally hard to fathom that the dude that just absolutely curb stomped our entire country went over there and was like struggling for points sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that's like the level of talent. I obviously with more time and more basically more time over there and experience, he would have done a lot better. I think for what time he had and what he did was incredible. So
100%. Yeah, it's that, but it's also the bikes are so stiff, right? So you grow up racing production motorcycles, and you go to a purpose-built race bike, the same style. The same style you rode a production bike gives you a certain amount of feedback, and that's what you count on. So that same style don't translate to a stiff chassis, right? And even when you change your style, it's just completely it's a whole new world, right? Some can do it. Yes, some don't. It's just so cutthroat that they don't give people chances. It's point blank is basically what it is. But yeah, you're right. It's I love seeing him over there, and I love Joe Roberts there. I mean, who don't? He's American. Let's go, baby.
Finally on the podium. That was cool.
Facts, dude. It was great. Of course, I was screaming, dude. I watched, dude. You already know I watched MotoGP, BSB, Moto America, World Superbike. I subscribe to all that, dude. Alaman TT, it's coming up. You guys don't miss it in May. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But listen, dude, we're an hour and 30 into this, a little bit over. I know, dude. I told you we're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna go by quick. But listen, before we get off here, Ty, I need you to go on and give all your shout outs, how people can follow you on social media, watch you race, and come to the track and all that good stuff.
All right. So first of all, my Instagram is Apex, AP3XED. Pretty simple. Give me a follow, I'll follow back. If you just tell me you came from the podcast, I'll definitely follow you back. I get a lot of, random suit companies that I make you suit, Yeah. So just show me you're a real person. And then I made a list just in case, just so I didn't forget anybody, because I have forgotten people in the past. But first, I want to thank Rich and Travis from Apex Assassins. They basically gave me my start. All the track time that we get is, basically on their dime, even if we are working and doing like some control riding for them. But that work is literally nothing, compared to the amount of money they put up to rent the track for everybody. So Jimmy and Amy from Buttercup Events in Charleston, they stepped up this year to help me out and push the program along. And I can't say enough, like they don't even know me. They just wanted to help the program. So I love them. That's freaking awesome. Thank you very much. Chris from Crossbeam, he did the same, stepped up. Chris is a super fast guy out of Utah, comes out to Chuck all the time, races with us. He's he's probably faster than me at Chuck now. So we'll see what happens when I go back. It's gonna give me a little spank in there. So he's based in Utah, and his work's incredible. So his Instagram is Crossbeam Building or Builders, and same thing, stepped up huge to help me out. Dustin from Utah Motorcycle Law, that Utah crew is incredible. So he helped me out as well. Law firm out of Utah, great guy. Dustin and his kid are freaking awesome. Tim and Steph from Mizu, that's my father and mother-in-law. Mizu is their company. They do like water bottles and stuff like that. Like I'm like on the spot right now, but they do like reusable drinkware basically, and they're like a much better than Yeti product. I love it. So I don't even have my water bottle here, but I got this. This is Mizu. So they do like custom like drinkware, so you can do your laser etch stuff. So we did this because I actually have this tattooed on my butt.
Nice.
So
we gotta see it, Ty. Show us the butt.
No. All right, maybe. No, you got to subscribe to my OnlyFans for that.
Right. That's awesome.
So, yeah. Right. So, see, I left it around the house, and now you guys got to see it. It's not a bad thing, guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. Rob and Tasha from Bison, obviously, they're awesome. They helped me out last year and then again this year, and we got a new suit coming. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that'll be here soon, and get to show it off. I'll put it on the Instagram. TJ and Brandon from KYT. Also, Nate is helping out with their social media. Love them. They always help me out. I got a new helmet coming in the mail from them, so I'm super stoked about that. And it's obviously you got to do the freaking pink, purple, and the beast. You know what I mean? So it's going to be pretty sick. That'll be like my practice helmet, and then we'll have the cool like bomb ones. So I'll have that wrapped soon. And then just a shout out to Bryce from Bryce Prince Racing for building the bike. He drug me out of a hole that I didn't even think I was capable of getting out of. So that's all I got, man. I appreciate everybody that's helped me out and pushed along my program even when I didn't want to. So and then I have to thank my wife, obviously. She's like the biggest supporter out of anyone, and she's gone through like a ton of struggles herself with racing. And if you guys didn't know, she races. She's super fast also. But she's gone through her own issues and bike problems and crashes and a lot of stuff that is totally out of her control, and she's bounced back. But not only that, like supported me in the process. So yeah, I love her a lot. And then the last shout out, I guess, is my whole team from Apex Assassins. They're the shit, for lack of a better word. Like, they're family to me as much as my own blood family. So I love all those guys and girls. They make my program tick. So that's all I got, man. I appreciate you letting me be on here.
Oh, Ty, listen, my honor, bro. It was an absolute honor for me to have you on. I can't wait to get you back on again. Now I gotta do my little shouts out, dude. I need to. Dude, I need to write a list out, dude. I really do. But it'll be like another 15 minutes. But listen, you guys know who you are. But listen, real quick, big shout out to my man Jake Marsh, British Superbikes in the GP2 class. He has a club, Club 45. Please go sign up, help him out. Up and coming, dude. Super fast, a brilliant guy. I can't wait. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to my man Jillian Carrera, British Talent Cup. He has a Club 40. Go sign up and join up to him. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait to see him win the title this year. Yes, let's go Juju. Big shout out to his dad, Michael Carrera, and the whole SFL Mini down there in South Florida. If you guys, anybody out here on the East Coast, West Coast, Mid Coast, wherever you are, North, South, East, West, wants to get in, learn how to race, look no further than the SFL Mini GP down there. They're absolutely amazing guys. Big shout out to my man Martin at the Clothing Kings. Everybody can go to clothingkings.co.uk and order all your Pendergast merch, jackets, beanie hats, whatever, all the good stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it. And listen, everybody, I appreciate everybody that watches. I appreciate everybody that likes and subscribes. Thank you guys so much. It is an absolute honor. Without you guys, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this, because if you would have told me 2 years ago I'd be doing this, I'd have said bullshit, right? But here I am, and because of all of you people and all my mega friends, and I appreciate you guys so much. And also, before I don't forget, big shout out to Bison, Robert and Tasha Lackey, anybody in the industry looking for a suit, whether it's custom, well, that's all they do is custom, gloves. Listen, look no further. Look them up. If you want to get in touch with them, just hit me up. I'll give you direct access. And one more thing before I end this, go follow Ty, my man Ty Bengford. get up on his program, send him some money, be one of them bombs on his helmet and support him out. And yeah, can't wait to see him get those W's this year.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. But listen, this is for everybody. Thank you guys so much. I love you too. This episode will be out on, I'm out everywhere but Apple. I'm not on Apple yet. So anywhere you guys listen to podcasts is where I'm at but Apple. So, but yeah, listen, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Until next time, Ty Bengford in the house. Thank you so much, bro.
Let's go. Thanks for having me.
Do it. Absolute honor, man. So what'd you think?